Hi, you guys. It's Yaz, and today I'm going to talk about how to deflate a narcissist. I did a shorter reel on this, and people wanted me to do a longer one and go more in depth about how to deflate a narcissist. How do you think that you can deflate a narcissist? Well, it's very simple how to deflate a narcissist. Narcissists want to feel like they're special, they're important. So, in order to deflate them, the way you deflate a narcissist is to completely ignore them. Make them feel unimportant, all right? Don't give them any attention whatsoever. Don't be chasing after them. When they want to pull their games, like they withdraw from you, they're not texting you as much anymore, they're not calling you. You have to act unbothered by it, okay? You have to be indifferent to the narcissist. This will deflate the narcissist because they want to see that you care. They want to see that you're chasing after them, that you need them, all right? So nothing deflates a narcissist more than to ignore them and make them feel like they're nothing. The other thing that really deflates a narcissist is when you give attention to other people and ignore them. If you're ever in a room with a bunch of people or with someone else and the narcissist is there and you're giving more attention to someone else, even children, narcissists even get jealous when you give more attention to children. You'll see the smoke come out of that narcissist's ears because they're sitting there and they're seeing someone else get all the attention, all the flattery, and they're jealous. See, narcissists are very jealous of when other people get attention and they're not the center of attention. So that's the best way to deflate a narcissist is by ignoring them, building up other people right in front of them, okay? They're going to be angry about that because the narcissist wants you to build them up. Now, other ways to deflate a narcissist is to make them accountable, okay? Narcissists never want to be accountable, never. They never want to feel like they're wrong. They never want to feel that shame. So how do you make a narcissist accountable and deflate them? By exposing them, okay? Exposing all the toxic things they've done and exposing that to other people to show other people that the narcissist is flawed, that the narcissist isn't this great person, by shattering their image in other people's eyes. This deflates the narcissist. That's why exposure is very powerful, because the narcissist is very occupied with worrying about what other people think about them. Sometimes they don't even care about what you think so much about them. They care more about what other people think about them. This is why they're so nice to other people and they couldn't care less about how they treat you at home, because they've already got you. All right. They feel like they don't have to prove anything to you anymore. You're there. You're not going anywhere. But to other people, they want to be perceived as these great people. Okay, they want to be perceived as the good guy, and they love to make you out to be the villain, the bad guy, the person with the mental issues. Okay, and they want people to think that they're the victim of everything, and that you're this big bad wolf. All right, that's always picking on them. All right, so narcissists, if you want to deflate their ego, all you have to do is destroy their image to other people. And the way you do that is by exposing them. Another way you deflate the narcissist with accountability is to take them to court, all right? I always say there's two ways to, deflate a narcissist. One is to expose them, and the other is taking them to court if they have, they owe you money, or if they've done something harmful to you, making them accountable, all right? Making them accountable. Narcissists always want to run from accountability. But when you hold true to it and, you serve them with papers that they've got to appear in court, that deflates a narcissist right away, okay? The other way to deflate a narcissist is, like I said, ignoring them, but also being indifferent to the narcissist. It's it's more than just, it's showing them that they have no effect on you whatsoever, because that shows them that they have no control over you. See, when you yell, scream, tell off the narcissist, that's still showing you care, right? Because they got you to a point where you got all angry and you exploded. And narcissists, some of them get joy out of seeing you get angry and explode, because it shows that they were able to affect you. So that makes them feel important because you care what they think. That's why you've got to show a narcissist that you couldn't care less what the fuck they think. All right? That they don't even deserve a reply. You never have to explain yourself to a toxic person. This is what you've got to understand. A lot of people, when they get caught up with the narcissist, they're always trying to defend themselves or explain themselves to the narcissist. The narcissist doesn't care whether you're right or wrong. All the narcissist cares about is what's going to benefit them. All right? So even if this is why they don't care about the truth. Because even if you sit there and you explain yourself and everything that you're explaining is the truth, they don't want to see it from your point of view. Trust me when I tell you this, because I've done this. I've tried to explain myself till I'm blue in the face, and I just got dismissed because the narcissist didn't want to acknowledge the truth, because it means they have to take accountability and face shame. So again, the narcissist doesn't care about truth. The narcissist just cares about, looking right. The narcissist just cares about their ego, all right? And feeling that they're superior to you and they're right and you're wrong. So in order to deflate a narcissist, you've got to show them that anything they say, anything they do doesn't mean shit, okay? To put it bluntly, doesn't mean shit. This is why when they try to smear you, a lot of times they're trying to get a reaction out of you. They want to know that you care what they think. You shouldn't care about anything that somebody says, a toxic person says, all right? You shouldn't care about anything a toxic person says. And if anybody wants to believe them, then these people are not in your corner. And that shows you who's got your back and who doesn't. So the best way to deal with that and deflate that is to distance yourself. You can't control what other people do or what other people say, but what you can control is how you react to that. And the best way is no reaction, because that's how you take the wind out of their sails, by showing them they're not getting to you. And it takes an enormous amount of self-control to not react to the narcissist. It's very, very difficult, because half the time you just want to knock their head off, right? Okay? Because this person has played games with you, they've lied, they've smeared you, and you just want to let them have it. But when you just totally disengage from them and you ignore them and you show them indifference, you're showing that narcissist that they're nothing. They're nothing. They're not even worth a response, okay? And what you have to do is you have to redirect your brain and focus in on yourself and what you need to do to improve your life, not what the narcissist is running their mouth about, okay? Because narcissists are always going to be running their mouths and always trying to put you down, and especially if you're a strong person, they want to tear you up and eat you up and spit you out. But you have to go about and do what you have to do in your life and try not to let that affect you. You have to say, not today, Satan. I'm not going to let the devil into my mind to destroy me and worry about what this insignificant, toxic person has to say about me, because they're nothing, all right? Because the minute you start worrying about what the narcissist is saying about you is the minute that narcissist has power and control over you. Okay, so you have to treat them like they're nothing, and always remember the source. Always remember where it's coming from. All right. Half the time, these people that are running their mouth, they've got so many skeletons in their closets. Okay, that they're the last people that should be talking. I always say it's the lowest narcissist out there that's got the biggest mouths, all right? And they do it because of their insecurity. They're going to try to tear you up, put you down every which way. They're going to try to tear you up about the way you look. They're going to tear you up about your age. They're going to tear you up about your circumstances, how you parent, how you clean, how you cook, how you live your daily life. All right, they're going to try to paint you out to be a loser and everything like that. They're the loser because they're wasting their time trying to put you down. That just shows how miserably unhappy they are because they're sitting there talking about you. So understand this. If they're talking about you, you know you did something right, okay? You got under that narcissist skin. So when they're smearing you, you know that you caused a narcissistic injury to the point where that narcissist can't stand it, all right? They're so angry. They're so jealous of you because you've got something that they don't have, all right? But, they're going to try to hurt you. They're going to try to hurt you. And that's why you have distance, and distance again. Don't give that narcissist any attention. Zero attention. When the narcissist tries to hoover you, no response. No response. When these narcissists try to come back, and 90% of them do try to come back, no response. They don't deserve a second chance in your life. Don't ever let the devil fool you twice, all right? Don't ever let them in your life again, all right? Because they're not going to change. They're going to repeat the same patterns and be worse about it. And the second time around is going to be twice as bad, all right? When a narcissist leaves, just like a demonic spirit, they come back with 7 more evil spirits and they seek to destroy you because now they feel they know you. So now they're going to come back and they're going to try to finish you off. It's up to you to have that internal strength to walk away. Think about all the things that narcissist has done to you. I always say, don't forget what that narcissist did to you, all right? Don't forget what that narcissist did to you. Made you feel like you were nothing, dismissed you, ignored you, gave you the silent treatment. Some of them cheated on you. They had no respect for you. They treated you like you were nothing, or they treated you like garbage. You going to let that person back into your life? Not today, Satan. No, you're not. You didn't know what they were then, but you sure as hell know what they are today. And that's where the narcissist loses, because you're going to cut them off cold, because the best revenge is best served cold. And I talked about that in my older reels, all right? The best revenge is best served cold. Ice these people out, man. This is what you got to do. You got to ice them out and show them that you've got your power, because there's nothing more thunderous than silence. Silence. I remember a good friend told me this when I was dealing with somebody. He was a good friend, and, unfortunately, he got hurt, but he always gave good advice. And he said to me, when I was dealing with somebody who was very difficult, very toxic, he said, silence, 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 all right? And he was dead on. And he explained to me how silence is more thunderous and more powerful than anything that may come out of your mouth, because it's showing the narcissist that they're nothing, okay? And that will deflate the narcissist so I'm going to give you guys examples. Let's say you run into the narcissist in your town, okay? People ask me this all the time. What do I do if I see the narcissist? What do? You act like they don't exist. You walk right by them like they're a stranger that you have never met. That's what you do, okay? You don't start acting weird or anything like that. You just make like they're nothing, all right? You don't have to give them a dirty look. You don't have to give them the finger. You don't have to do anything like that, because that's showing, they're going to laugh if you do something like that, because they're going to say, oh, look at them. They're still angry at what I did to them. No, don't even give them that satisfaction. Don't even show them that they affected you. They want to know that they were able to trigger you. So you have to, you got to redirect, okay? Redirect your mind and say, this person is nothing. They don't deserve a response. I'm just going to go about my business. I'm going to refocus myself. I'm not going to focus on what I went through in the past. I'm going to focus on what I need to do. What do you need to do for yourself? You need to take care of yourself, take care of your health, take care of your home, take care of your children, take care of your career, take care of your future. That is where you need to refocus and put your mind at, not at what this narcissist did to you, okay? Sometimes you have to accept what was done to you. Not that you're forgiving the narcissist. You don't have to forgive a narcissist. But what you do have to do is let it go in order to heal yourself. This is what you have to do. You have to let it go. And I'll tell you why. Because that anger that you will hold for the narcissist will destroy you. It's not going to affect the narcissist. They couldn't care less. If anything, they'll be happy that you're harboring anger. But listen to me when I tell you, okay? Because I have gone through this. I have dealt with narcissists where I was so angry. Believe me, I could have, chopped their head off, all right? But I started to realize that the anger was destroying me, and I had to let it go. I had to let it go. This is how you heal. You got to let go of that anger. Your peace will be in the fact that you will never let that person back in your life. They will never have access to you again. But if you harbor anger, that anger is going to destroy you. It's going to eat away at you. It's going to make you sick internally. All right? People get depressed. People get anxious. The cortisol levels in your body start to rise, all right, causing you stress because you're thinking and thinking and thinking about all the nasty things that narcissist did to you, and you just want to let them have it. Vengeance is God's, all right? Vengeance is God's. Kick back and let God take care of it. And listen to me, I've lived a lot of life and I've seen a lot of narcissists go down, all right? Every narcissist I ever saw went down in some way, all right? Because of the way they live, it catches up to them. So leave it to God. All right. The narcissist will reap what they sow. They will reap what they sow. They will lose relationships. They will lose people. A lot of them get themselves sick. They're reckless. They get in accidents. They get hurt. Things happen to the narcissist. Trust me when I tell you, I've seen this. I've seen narcissists get strokes, get heart attacks, be miserable, lose money, everything, get arrested, you name it. All right. So their lifestyle does catch up to them. You just have to kick back and let the world turn, and the narcissist will sink their own rabbit hole. Okay, it happens. I couldn't believe it when it happened with my narcissist. I could not believe it. All right, and I said, man, God is powerful. God is powerful, right? So listen when I tell you, you want to deflate a narcissist. You do all the things that I'm telling you in this podcast. You ignore them. You treat them like you're nothing. You redirect your thinking, focus in and say to yourself, what do I got to do today for myself, for my home, for my kids? What's a positive thing that's going to help me in my life today? What could I do? Let me clean out my refrigerator. Let me, go to a meeting or something and do a meetup. Let me go on a walk, a nice walk, or take a walk through the park or something. What are you going to do for yourself today, right? Instead of worrying about the narcissist. And as far as deflating the narcissist, the way you deflate them is to show them that they no longer have control, they no longer have power over you, that they are RIP, dead in the water. And this was brought to you by Yaz at The Game Exposed. Again, these AI channels are just copying me. I put out a podcast yesterday, and there were like 3 AI channels copying my podcast on what supply narcissists seek after 50 and 60 years old. It's getting unchained now with these AI channels, copycat channels, putting all these big influencers' pictures and stealing our content and putting out these videos on YouTube. They are going to get taken down. Trust me when I tell you, they're going to get popped. Because a lot of YouTube's onto this, and they have now new technology where they're going to be popping these people. So the other thing is, sorry to get off track here, but I just had to do that to, copyright protection. But the thing is this, you guys, in order to deflate a narcissist, you have to take all the control away from them, and you have to hold the power and the control. So that means that you live your life and you are unaffected by anything that goes on with that narcissist, all right? You show that narcissist that they are insignificant, they don't matter, they're not there, they're not going to provoke you, you're going to walk away, and you're going to remember what I told you. You're going to remember where it's coming from. Where is it coming from? It's coming from a toxic person. So anything a toxic person says doesn't mean shit. They don't mean shit. They are shit, okay? Because of their damaged mindset, all right? Because they are damaged people. They're going to try to damage you, but you're not going to let that happen. Not today, Satan, because you're not going to take anything that they say or they do and let it affect you. Now, when you have a narcissist that crosses boundaries, I need to bring this up, and harasses you or does something to incur an injury, all right? They try to hurt you legally or hurt your business or hurt your family, then you got to take them down, all right? And you take them down legally. This is what you do. You take them down legally. You get good legal counsel. If somebody is harassing you or causing you that kind of stress, in certain instances, you can't just walk away from somebody who is really, trying to hurt you and is causing a lot of damage. Then you got to straighten them out and you got to take legal action against them. To make them understand that you're not going to be harassed, okay? You're not going to be harassed. This is where people come back at the narcissist because the narcissist may be, harassing them or causing serious injuries, all right? But in normal situations, to deflate a narcissist is to make a narcissist feel like they're nothing and ignore them. Now, one last thing, because somebody asked a question on this. If you got this far in the podcast, what happens if the narcissist tries to project onto you and tries to make you out to be the narcissist? Well, if they try to make you the narcissist, who cares what comes out of a toxic person's mouth? Always remember the source and where it's coming from. These people will try to take you down, but they have no credibility. Understand this. And anybody who wants to believe them is either really naive or they've been manipulated by the narcissist, or they were your enemy from the get-go. So nobody cares what they think, all right? So let them talk. Who cares what comes out of a toxic person's mouth? Because anything they say doesn't mean shit, all right? Just go about your life, live your life, and make like the narcissist doesn't even exist. And if they try to, like I said, harass you, then you take it to the next level. If you have to call the police, you have to call the authorities, you have to take them to court if they're not letting you live in peace. All right? So I hope that helps you. If it does, hit the subscribe button, share the podcast. If you're looking for confidential one-on-one phone coaching, check out the link in the bio at askgaz.wixsite.com/thegameexposed. If you're confused, you don't know if you're dealing with a narcissist, what kind of narcissist you're dealing, and you need clarity and you need advice, check out that phone link, that link in the bio. Also, you guys, my TikTok is The Game Exposed. YouTube, I have over 7,000 videos. Check it out at The Game Exposed podcast. Excuse me. And Facebook, Instagram is The Game EXP 123. And have a great day.